We are going to go ahead and call the Arts, Historic Preservation, and Philanthropy Committee meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is the approval of the August 5th, 2025 meeting from last month.
So moved.
All right, I second it. No opposition. It's approved. And we also I need a motion to adopt a change in the agenda to add the Lincoln Tunnel North Entrance Mural Project as item number 3.
So moved.
All right, I second that. So done. And moving right along, our first order of business is the Vista Neighborhood Association's Public Art Placement Project. And Mr. Rawlith, if you could give us some information on this. And this is a committee discussion to learn what you have envisioned as far as the Vista Neighborhood Association regarding the south entrance of the tunnel, to see how we could help further your vision.
Okay,
This is the Neighborhood Association, if I should better say.
that's right. Well, I assume everybody can hear me. I want to start by going to the update that I just handed out and use that as a guide for the vision and our discussion. But the update really is a page out of the Congaree Vista Guild's public art plan for the Vista that talks about the Lincoln Street Tunnel. And the first thing I want to start with is there's a map location that you really can't read in the upper left, but I think it's a misnomer when it says Lincoln Street, because most people think cars going up and down. And I really think it's a three-block art walk between Lady and Taylor with one block of tunnel in the middle, but there's no vehicles going up and down. And my vision is an art walk from Lady Street to Taylor. And there is committed, in my opinion, about $100,000 of public art to be installed on this section shortly, in the next year or two.
It's 200,000.
200,000? Ours is 27,000, I know that. But I think it's significant. I think it's, the vision is that this is our art, we want to be a gateway at the south entrance to the tunnel, and to welcome not only people coming from the Vista, basically, but to go through and see the interactive lighting to be installed in the tunnel, but also to the new Finley Park renovation that should be open shortly, and then on to the Vista Greenway. So as you're coming from the Vista, we look at this as a gateway art installation to welcome visitor and bicycle riders and pedestrians. The middle picture on the top row is the tunnel entrance as it exists today that we're talking about. This is basically looking from Lady Street down at the entrance to the tunnel. And that cyclone fencing is existing. Now, with our art, project, one thing I want to say is we took a page out of the Vista Guild Public Art Plan. Morning, Ed.
Hey, Bob. How y'all doing? Good. Excuse my tardiness.
We just started to.
Good.
We took a page out of the Vista Guild Public Art Plan, and that's significant because every public art project that the Vista Neighborhood Association has done in the Vista has been in collaboration with the Vista Guild, and I'm personally very proud of that. Okay, I see you have the handout. We're looking at at the gateway that's in the middle of the top row there, Ed, and that's what we're talking about. Now, we had talked with, we had talked with the artist. One Columbia issued a call for artists, but we only issued it to one artist, who is Clark Ellison, who lives in the Vista and is pretty well known for what he's done, including some significant public art. Also, Clark and Pamela, who is our lead project person from One Columbia, were on the advisory committee for the public art plan. So we feel like we're tuned in to the overall vision of what this can turn out to be. Now, we had we talked with Clark early in August and reviewed some sketches that he had. And we were on track, we thought, to quickly decide which direction to go, which we did. We wanted, at that time, we assumed that the cyclone fencing was going to be removed. It's still there. And so we wanted to fill that whole entrance with public art as a gateway to the tunnel. We were about ready to start and get and pay for a detailed specification and description from Clark when we heard that the approval on removing the chain link fence had gotten most of the way, but had stopped and was sitting kind of with CPD. And recently they said they wanted to leave the fence, and they also said they wanted to reinstall the gates, which have been not there for about 3 years. So that kind of set us back on our detailed description, and why I'm trying to step back, because I wanted to have one for you.
I got you. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Mr. Simons, I know we probably need to talk to Chief about this, but I would much rather see an arch versus a chain link fence there.
Sure. If I could, I can give you some context on that. So, one of the main reasons why, and we will defer this to Chief Holbrook, he's been involved in the conversation. I know that, we had the riots, a couple years ago. And there is concern that if we do have some type of emergency, this tunnel runs under and runs towards, police headquarters as well. They won't have the ability to be able to secure that in the case of an emergency. So I think that we can have some further discussion with Chief Holbrook. I think we can combine the two, do something a little bit different in terms of being able to secure that, but also potentially do what you're asking to do in terms of the art. So I think we can do both, but we'll have to kind of redesign that, if you will. But they
How would you
need,
combine it?
well, I think we need to kind of get some more details around that, some options. They need to be able to secure that, especially if there's a emergency, because they would like to keep people from going in the tunnels during certain times. So I know that.
Something happened
Right.
like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right. There is some.
Fence looked so.
It does, and I don't disagree with that, but I think we just need to have some further discussion and kind of finalize what we can do as an option before we move forward with something like this.
Okay.
Maybe a more aesthetic fence.
Right, sure.
Or a retractable garage, maybe?
That's what I'm kind of getting at. We just need to see what our options are that will align with, the art at the entrance, as well as I think Abby's going to be doing some work there too. So all of that needs to kind of work together.
Okay.
Could it be some other than?
Right, yeah, we would have to look at some options. Yes, sir.
What possibly, when you look at those options, what possibly comes to mind?
Yeah, it's something that's more decorative, something that can kind of probably automatically close, something along those lines. We'll just have to explore some options and kind of look at what we can do.
Mr. Simons, I'm sorry, before you jump,
I was gonna send y'all an email and expect, okay. Oh, apologies.
Then Pamela, you
And
can,
then
Okay,
Pamela, sorry.
yeah, no worries.
Like a thorn
have
between.
time on the mic, please.
No, you're good.
So Abby with the Vista Guild. I know that that's a city location, et cetera, and essentially that decision is up to you, the chief, the city, et cetera. But before anything is made, is it possible to just have a discussion with us
Yeah.
especially about that? I know, like Pamela said, we are, between what the neighborhood association and us are about to do, we're about to put over $200,000 worth of art in that area, what we
Yes.
want to make a destination. And so those gates have been off, I think, since 2017, actually.
Then what,
So it's-
Abby?
Since 2017, when Leadership Columbia redid the Lincoln Street Tunnel. And so I think that with the new park and then also what we're about to do and that I'm gonna send y'all an email too. I'm sorry, I haven't done it yet. But just to try to be in the discussion is all just with what's happening.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
No problem at all. Sure.
Sorry.
Pamela?
Yeah, I'll give a little bit more information to the possible gates and things like that. Right now, what you see on the paper with the archways, that's gonna be about $30,000 project. So if we added gates to that, especially if they were any kind of gates that were automatic, that would drastically increase the price. And the neighborhood association, that's what they have to give towards this project. I did speak very, very briefly, I don't wanna put him like on record for this, to Kenya Bryant about, the city possibly having funding, I don't know if it's parks or whatever, but, then to do the other side. So this is just the south entrance, then possibly do the north entrance, so they would match or look better, cover that fence as well.
So we wouldn't,
this is what I think would
desire
cover
for
it.
you all to incur that cost. It'll be something that the city will be responsible for. But again, in collaboration with, whatever we decide to do, we'll have a collaborative conversation about what that needs to look like.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, we don't want anybody to have, we would take responsibility for that.
What I was gonna add, I think that would probably be a public safety thing, that's not necessarily
Right.
art, so that's a completely
right.
different pot of money.
That's right.
Right,
That's
right,
right.
absolutely.
Well, it would seem to me, I like the arch. And I don't like the fence. And I think it's clear to all of us that the fence, while it gives the impression of being secure, I mean, very well, you could automatically put a fence there and have gates there that close automatically. Is that the impression we want to give to our city with safety being at the forefront of things? It seemed to me that arch is going to do more, I think, in terms of, this is the south end, I'm looking at the south end.
Gotta go from the Vista to Finley.
We do similarly what's taking place on the south end on the other side. Now, we could probably do something special on the other side that's not visible.
That's not visible when you're entering from the north end going towards the Vista?
That's correct.
Okay.
Now, we could possibly, I like the arch. I'd be vehemently, and I wanna have that conversation, I think Henry is gonna have that conversation with the chief, because it does set up some safety parameters, but it does not negate the fact that we need to do an arch to make our city attractive. It makes the vista attractive, and it lends a real, I mean, the arch, that's what I'm shooting for.
We're gonna find a way to make the arch work.
Let's make it.
Clark is able to work with an existing structure like the framework for the fence, or he's able to work completely independently if that structure was gonna come down.
Okay.
So we do have some options as far as that goes.
But we-
Was one of the options y'all were thinking maybe the arch further up from the fence?
We looked at that and we looked at it with Robert Anderson and a few folks, and there's just not a good place to put either footing
Yeah.
at the entrance there. There's a lot of electrical, some other stuff.
Yeah.
But we have, in our talks with Clark, we have discussed possibly putting some sort of arch signage out there front, but it wouldn't be an archway, it would only be on one side. But, I mean, that's the worst case scenario.
And Mr. Symes, I think maybe another agenda item for a future meeting will be maybe an update from CPD or Chief on options with the gate.
Sure.
So we could take some, either there could be some public input and everybody could hear what we're discussing, or there could be some action taken on next steps. And then, once we figure out that in conjunction with everybody participating, we can look at approving, having the arch go through the public art placement procedure there. Art, and I appreciate you bringing this to us because I was a little bit confused what was actually going on.
Okay.
Broke it down and made the vision plain, like you said you were gonna try to do, and you succeeded. Go ahead.
No, I was only gonna say that the bottom line is we really need some clarity on what the options are before we get in my opinion, before we can ask the artist to give us a detailed design of what we want, so.
So we'll work on that on our end, and we'll be back in touch with you.
Okay, thank
A
you.
detailed design, the arch.
Well, those,
No, nothing else said. I mean, the logistics of putting the arch there on the other side of the entrance of that tunnel, I think that is a conversation that Henry's gonna have with the chief to see whether or not it's done. Now, if we do that, it's gonna cost some money. It's gonna cost some money. And how we figure that out and figure that in would have to be a decision, we'd have to look towards.
Yes, sir.
Parks and Rich got it in that budget, man.
you don't have to write.
I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. You see him, you see his head did a 380 all the way around, man.
You don't have to make a note that you like the art.
I like the, I like the art.
I think we all like the arts. Yeah, great. All right, moving right along, item number 3, which is the Lincoln Tunnel North Entrance Mural Project. And we have Amy from the Vista Guild. No, Pamela, I believe you're gonna, Pamela, I believe you. Abby, I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, Abby will talk another.
It's been a week for me already.
It's okay.
Abby, I appreciate it.
Hey, good morning. So I know we met with y'all in August to talk about the murals on the side of the north entrance of the Lincoln Street Tunnel as it continues to lead people from the Vista to the new and great Finley Park. And so we did meet with One Columbia and had a great conversation about putting together an RFQ and working with some different artists, especially potentially the artist that's been chosen for the mural in Finley Park to just kind of create that cohesiveness from the Rainbow Forest, which is our light installation that's coming next year, which we've got y'all's approval last August, kind of making its whole way to the tunnel. So, yeah, I know we got the letter from Pamela and Xavier at One Columbia, so that's where we're at.
Great. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
And Xavier or Pamela, either one, can you talk about,
This is Pamela's space.
okay.
I'm smart enough to know
Where is One Columbia?
I know my space. know
I just
my
want
lane.
to say I'm sorry I'm not addressed appropriately today. We are installing the sculptures in Finley.
You're all right.
If you
You
have
look
a chance to
great.
go
You're all
down,
right.
They look
You look
fantastic.
great.
We don't see an arch though. No pun intended.
We have the call to artists out to 3 local artists. They are bidding on the project. They're creating their concepts. So I think that this was just like this is the second approval round since we put in our endorsement letter. Nothing has changed since then.
And y'all are okay with it moving forward to council? Great. This is really exciting though. I mean, since I've been on council almost 2 years, there's been a lot of public art projects that we've been working on. So I'd like to see it. I love it. You know, I was an artist in prior life. So it's good to be able to support artists in this current life I'm living. With that being said, any questions? So now we need a motion to recommend that the Lincoln Tunnel North Intramural Project placement go to full council for a vote of approval, and then they'll be able to start their process. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All is in favor? Great. And with that being said, any comments for the good of the order by anybody?
Just a question, Abby. So, in the previous discussion about the ARC that Councilman McDowell has referenced, so
Several times, huh?
if we say we decide to move forward with something like that, how, I mean, my assumption is you all gonna collaborate to kind of make that a cohesive transition, with the mural and the lights that's going in the tunnel, and those sorts of things.
Yeah, so the light installation that's going into the tunnel is called a rainbow forest, and so it's an ode to a phenomenon that happens with the Concord National Park, but what are the trees? The cypress trees, thank you. And what the oils they put out. So it's this beautiful rainbow. So that's what we're doing in the tunnel with this, world-known artist out of Vancouver. So she's working on this incredible rainbow that's going to be kind of moving as you go through the tunnel. So it's really going to be a destination. So that's why we would love to have a discussion about the arch and making sure that we can do something. So as someone is standing on Lincoln Street outside Blue Marlin or, at the visitor center and it's kind of dark, they can look down and see that there's some lights and then there's some there's an arch, what's that? And then there's this beautiful transition of a rainbow past it. And then as you walk through it, you would then see these murals that we're talking about. And then you get to Hampton Street and then you're or Taylor Street, I guess. And then you look over and you're like, what's this Fenway Park? So we are hoping for a cohesiveness. Obviously not the same artists because, spreading the love and kind of showing what other people can do. But, Clark is well aware, Clark Ellefson, who is going to do the arch, or yes, definitely an arch. He is well aware of all of these projects and seeing what it is. And so that's why working with Pamela, she's aware of all of these. And so, yeah, trying to make it not the same, but just so that you can kind of see that you're exploring something similar as you go through it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good, Mr. Chair.
And we want to make sure it's cohesive. We don't want it just to be arbitrary. And Pamela and Xavier, well, Pamela, if you could, I know y'all are going to work with the artists, make sure that's not an issue, that it is cohesive, that
Yeah, all the artists,
you could,
Yes,
just for the record.
the mural artists and Clark for the archway, we've had discussions with all of them about how this is gonna they need to kind of nod to the rainbow forest to make their installations. It won't be the same exact theme, but they'll be lots of tie-ins. I'm sorry, was that your question?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And do y'all have envisioned something that says welcome to Vista Greenway or anything like that, or no?
very
I saw
just
one that has.
Very, very briefly. We've only talked to Clark very briefly about it, so we haven't gotten to that stage yet.
Okay, great. All right. Any other questions from anybody? With that, I'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Thank you, everybody.